Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So, Mortal Kombat 11. So do I think so far? What do I think? Well, I'm very impressed, guys. I gotta tell you, both versions of the game look fantastic. Whether you go with the PlayStation 4 Pro or the Xbox One X, you will not be disappointed. I do have to try Nintendo Switch version. I'm gonna try that on Friday. I'm gonna pick up Nintendo Switch version along with the of course, Days Gone. But I'm pretty sure Nintendo Switch is not gonna look as detailed, as sharp as we're getting here. But I think we'll get pretty much identical experience overall. Now the PC version, um, I think you're gonna get similar experience as the Xbox One X. I don't think you're gonna get anything more mind-blowing than what you already have on the Xbox One X. The one thing that stopped me from getting the PC version is the fact that they don't support ultra wide 32 by 9 and 3840 by 1080 resolution, because I really wanted to play this game on that ultra wide screen, so I don't understand why they didn't do that. I would have easily have them do that. Maybe they're gonna do that in the future. I don't know. Maybe in the future they're gonna do that. I think they should. They could easily adjust that with a couple of updates for 3840 by 1080, and then use 32 by 9 ratio. I think that option should be there for every PC game. I mean, Forza Horizon's using it, Gears is using it. I think Mortal Kombat should be able to have that option as well. But I'm really more excited to see how the Nintendo Switch version is going to stack up, honestly. And but look, both versions, Xbox One X. Right now, this is Xbox One X, and just look how accurate that is. No input lag, nothing, man. It's just smooth as a butter. This is the OLED. I'm gonna do a QLED probably tomorrow. I'm gonna test the QLED. I know you guys want me to test the QLED, and I also saw in the comment sections that you guys want me to do test the KS8000 as well. But I'm mainly gonna be focused on QLED tomorrow, probably late at night around 11 o'clock. You guys might see a video on QLED version. So the X version is great. This is the X version. We can switch back to PlayStation 4 Pro version if you guys want to, and the exact same level here. And it's really hard to see any difference. I mean, you can see it with your own two eyes if you have both versions, but we're talking small, tiny little things. Like you need a magnifying glass to see that softness. Because you have 1800 p. Excuse me, you got 1600p versus something that runs on the Xbox One X dynamic resolution 1800 to 2160. So on PlayStation 4, you're getting, from what I understand, you're getting 1600p to 1800. It doesn't stay at 1800 all the time. It drops down to 1600, but it varies between 1600 to 1800. On the Xbox One X, it varies between 1800 and then 2160. So it drops down to 1800 and then goes up to 2160. So you're getting a sharper dynamic resolution on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I mean, on the Xbox One X, not the Pro. But honestly, you are going to be hard pressed to see that difference. I mean, yes, you can see it a little bit, but it's really going to be difficult for you to say, oh my god, this is like night and day difference. I'm going to switch to PlayStation 4 Pro right now, and I'm sitting 7 feet away from my television, E8, so I'm going to switch to PlayStation 4 Pro. This is the Xbox One X. And here I am with a PlayStation 4 Pro version right here, and again, you would be like hard pressed to like see like a major drastic difference. Both versions of the games are really identical. Really kudos to Warner Brothers Interactive, and kudos to the developers of this game. They've really done a great job. This is what happens when you have developers listening to the feedback and the criticism from Mortal Kombat 10. I mean, Mortal Kombat 10 was a total disaster. Let's just call it what it is. It was a total disaster, and thank God that developers will listen to criticism. Maybe, you know, Battlefield 5 DICE needs to listen to the criticism of the gamers so that way they can make a better Battlefield 6 game. Okay? And I think it's time for Battlefield 6 to stay away from World War II, World War I. They need to go back to the modern warfare, and that's that. You know, go back to what we want. Go back to modern warfare. Battlefield 6 needs to go back to Battlefield 3, the modern warfare. Go back to that. You can put some story to it. That's fine. All right. Give the gamers what they want. And this is one example. This is what happens when developers listen to the gamers. When they listen to constructive criticism. All right. And they learn from the criticism, and they learn and they educate themselves on the mistakes that they've made. And here we are. PlayStation 4 Pro version right here. Looks great. Here we go. PlayStation 4 looks very identical to the Xbox One X. Here we go. Xbox One X looks very identical to the PlayStation 4 Pro. But I have to admit something. I still notice that issue with gamma on the Xbox One X. This is something that really drives me crazy when it comes to the HDR on the Xbox One X. You know, they never fix this problem, this gamma issue problem on the Xbox One X, and it's just driving me crazy. It really does. Let's switch to PlayStation 4 Pro, and you will see just how brighter it gets a little bit on the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know what? I'm not going to even edit this video, dude. I'm just going to do it like this. You know what? I'm just going to show it to you like this. It just looks brighter. The HDR looks brighter on the PlayStation 4 Pro. And when you switch to the Xbox One X, that gamma problem, it's always there. It drives me crazy. Now, it's not like a major pain in the butt, but you do notice it, that it's kind of dimmed down a little bit. The white digital levels are not where they need to be a little bit here. They're a little bit dimmed down. And when you go back to PlayStation 4, voila, becomes much better and brighter. But look, both games are very identical. I mean, in terms of graphics, in terms of performance, in terms of loading speed. Listen, if you have a PlayStation 4 Pro, you're good to go with the Mortal Kombat 11. If you got an Xbox One X, you know, you're good to go as well. So it doesn't matter which version you get, you're going to be satisfied. Now, of course, due to the fact that Xbox One X, it's using a much higher dynamic resolution, therefore you'll see a little bit of sharper detail, but it's not going to be like mind-blowing sharp detail, you know, from PlayStation 4 Pro. We're not talking like a major how do I say this? We're not looking at like drastic difference. All right, you got 1800p to 2160p on the Xbox One X, and then you got 1600p to 1800p on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So it's really not like a drastic difference. If PlayStation 4 Pro version was only running on 1440p, and that's all they can reach, it's 1440p, then yeah, you would see a much bigger difference. But kudos to the developers of the Mortal Kombat 11. They did a great job, and I like it. I'm just using a practice here. I'm just practicing with Sonya and Cassie Cage. So, I mean, look, man, I'm very happy with both versions, but I'm a bit skeptical about Nintendo Switch. You know, I mean, but I'm gonna try it out on Friday. I'm gonna try out the Nintendo Switch version on Friday. I'm just curious to see how Nintendo Switch version is gonna look, considering, you know, that Nintendo Switch is not that powerful enough to handle it. But it'll be interesting to see how well, you know, it handles. The main reason you want to get maybe Nintendo Switch version, it's so you can take the Nintendo Switch with you and you can play Mortal Kombat on the go. Wherever you go, you can play Mortal Kombat 11. I think that's the one benefit, you know. So let's switch to our Xbox One X version. It's right here, and you will see they're pretty much identical, dude. You know, it's not like night and day difference. But I do want to point one thing out. I'm still waiting for Digital Foundry, but the Xbox One X version, it's not a native 4K. Okay, guys? From what I have discovered is it's not running in a native 4K, so the Xbox fans need to relax. It's not running in a native 4K. It's running in dynamic resolution. Dynamic resolution, it fluctuates between, you know, 1800 to 2160, 1800 to 2160. Native 4K, it's when you have a fixed source resolution. It only stays at 2160. But that's not the case here. That's not the case here. So I just want to point that out. So your Mortal Kombat 11, it's not running in native 4K. So let's let that be clear. But both versions are very identical. You want my honest opinion? This is the reason why you're watching this video. Why did you click on this video? I don't know why. I'm not giving, you know, free gifts or something. I don't know. I'm not like, you know, charity here. I'm not doing anything extraordinary. The reason you clicked on this video is because you want to hear my honest, unbiased, unsponsored opinion. And I'm telling you, my honest, unsponsored, unbiased opinion is that, dude, doesn't matter which version you go with. What's going to matter is where your friends are. On which console do your friends are playing? On which console are your friends on? Are they on Xbox? Do you have a majority of your friends on the Xbox? Well, guess what? You're going to be playing the Xbox version. Are you a majority of your friends on a PlayStation? Well, guess what? You'll be playing on a PlayStation. So it really doesn't matter which version you go with. Alright? So I just want to kind of point that out. Both versions are very identical. So there you have it. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to try to do a QLED television picture settings and test with Mortal Kombat 11. I'll test both versions. I'm sure it's going to look great on a QLED as well. It's going to look brighter because you got a much higher peak brightness. So of course, this game will look much, much brighter on the QLED tomorrow, as you will see. Alright, there you have it, guys.